International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. It is observed on the 13th of October 2024. The theme for the year 2024 is Empowering the Next Generation for a Resilient Future. The International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction 2024 focuses on the role of education in protecting and empowering children for a disaster-free future. Many disasters, often worsened by climate change, pose a significant threat to the well-being of children and youth. UNICEF reports that around 1 billion children worldwide are at extremely high risk due to climate impacts and related disasters. In 2022, the number of children affected by flooding in Chad, Gambia, Pakistan and Bangladesh was the highest in over 30 years. In addition to the risk of death and injury, children face further challenges in the form of disruption in schooling, nutrition, healthcare and protection issues in the aftermath of a disaster. To protect children from disaster, countries need to consider their vulnerabilities and requirements when developing natural and local disaster risk reduction, as outlined in the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction 2015 to 2030. Empowering children, particularly through education, can equip them to protect themselves and become agents of change in their families and communities by sharing what they have learned. This is especially relevant in the context of the global effort to expand early warning systems under the UN Security Council early warning for all initiatives. Key messages: disasters are growing and impact the well-being of children and youth. Every child and youth deserves to be protected from disasters, especially at school. Schools have a critical role in promoting a culture of disaster prevention and empowering young people to understand and act on the risks they face. Early warning systems should be accessible to children and youth so that no one is left behind. Building the preparedness of children and youth can help protect entire families and communities. Schools should be safe learning spaces where children and staff are protected from all risk. Over 1 billion children have had their lives disrupted by disasters since the year 2000, while over 80,000 schools damaged or destroyed. Child rights must be protected, and Safe Children, Safe Schools initiative is promoted. The background: the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction was started in the year 1989 after a call by the United Nations General Assembly for a day to promote a global culture of risk awareness and disaster reduction. Held every 13th October, the day celebrates how people and communities around the world are reducing their exposure to disasters and raising awareness about the importance of reining in the risk that they face. In the year 2015, at the 3rd UN World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction in Sendai, Japan, the international community was reminded that disasters hit hardest at the local level with the potential to cause loss of life and great social and economic upheaval. Sudden onset disasters displace millions of people every year. Disasters, many of which are exacerbated by climate change, have a negative impact on investment in sustainable development and desired outcomes. It is also at the local level that the capacity need to be strengthened urgently. The Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction is people-focused and action-oriented in its approach to disaster risk reduction and applies to the risk of small-scale and large-scale disasters caused by man-made or hazards, that is natural, as well as environmental, technological or biological hazards and risks.